All right.
Chevy Chase's greatest work yet. I don't even think he was in the movie, but I'm going to give him credit for this one.
It's like, okay. It makes just as much sense as anything else in this movie.
It really does. So we saw Pan.
By the way, welcome back.
Oh, thank you. Good to be back.
Yep. This was a weird experience. This is a kind of a train wreck of a movie.
It's got good stuff, though. Like, there are things that were genuinely better.
I kind of enjoyed myself, but I don't think it's from anything the movie intended for me to enjoy. That's kind of what I got out of it.
Yeah.
Because, my God, this movie is hammy.
Oh my gosh, yes. This is...
Like, so many actors just ham this shit up.
Exactly.
And it kind of makes the movie watchable.
Yep. No, this is shredded pork nachos in the woods. It is hammy, it is cheesy, it is campy. You are set to go.
Did you just make that up?
I totally just made that up.
It's actually kind of impressive.
Thank you.
All right.
Kids, sign up now for our pre-orders of t-shirts for shredded pork nachos in the woods.
I'm working with an artist now. I may be able to dress something up for that.
I'm back one day and we're merchandising.
Of course, damn it.
All right.
If we actually got enough on the Patreon, I'd actually be able to merchandise, that'd be amazing.
It would be amazing.
Never gonna happen, but it'd be amazing.
Right?
Anywho, so Pan. This movie is almost entirely worth watching just because of Hugh Jackman.
Yeah.
Who is having so much goddamn fun.
Oh my God.
Movie. Like, at first he used to kind of like play a discount Johnny Depp.
Yeah, no, at first I almost thought it was some sort of Johnny Depp wannabe, and then I realized who it was, and I'm like, holy crap.
Yeah, it's Hugh Jackman. It's ridiculous costume, ridiculous makeup, doing ridiculous things. Like, you can tell Hugh Jackman's like, you know what? Fuck it. And then starts doing whatever the hell he wants, and the director's never said cut.
Exactly. Can we talk about the soundtrack?
Yes.
Oh my God, the chanting.
Yeah, like for some reason, for a brief moment, bizarrely, like some of this bizarre directorial decisions here, this movie becomes a jukebox musical.
But only on a couple occasions.
Only on a couple occasions.
Two separate spots where every time Blackbeard comes out to address all of the miners, which are these, the kids, including Peter, who have been kidnapped from World War II. World War II?
It was World War II.
Yeah, World War II.
Like, why did it need to be World War II?
Bombed London.
Why did it need to be World War II? I don't know.
I think that's the era the story came out of. Like, it was written during or shortly after World War II or something.
I don't know.
Anyways, so they see all these kids and kids that have apparently grown up in these mines and whatnot, and then he comes out, they're all chanting. The first time, like, they're chanting hello, 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 outlaw, and it takes me a minute to realize until they hit the chorus that they're singing Nirvana.
Yeah.
And this Smells Like Teen Spirit, and I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah, this happens like twice in the movie, and it's jarring both times. Like, wait, what? Are they singing Nirvana? And then followed by the second time, it's like, wait, are they saying A.O. Let's Go? Really?
Yes,
okay.
Yes, they are. Oh my God.
That doesn't even sound apropos for the situation we're in.
No, it was incredible.
I'm like, why? So much movie, just why is this happening? Why is like this? Yep. Why?
There's no musical accompaniment to it. There's no band. There's no like guitar riff to make you feel like it's like, no, you just have like, 80,000 voices chanting, turn the lights out, this is dangerous. Oh my God.
I mean, it at least would have made more sense if they started saying, look down, look down, don't look them in the eye. Because that would have made sense because it would have worked for the scene and it had Hugh Jackman. So
there we go, exactly.
Except perfect. Hugh Jackman's playing the role of Javert in this scene.
Pertinent detail.
Go on, Pete and Pan. Prisoner 24601.
So, yes. So, of course, we start off in this World War II England setting. Peter's an orphan. I guess let's back up even further.
Yeah, let's go all the way to the beginning.
Because we have to do this.
We gotta dissect this piece by fucking piece, because this movie just nonsensical from beginning to end. It is so outrageous. Okay, so
Peter's mother.
Oh, yes. Oh, we're going all the way to the beginning.
All the way to the beginning here, because we have a few things to discuss. So Peter's mother, who we find out later in the movie is apparently some kind of ex-pirate fairy warrior.
How often are you gonna say that sentence in your lifetime?
Exactly. I mean, if I had $1 for every time that happened, I'd have like $3.
Nerds everywhere going, this is just like my fan fiction. Anyway. Anyway, go ahead.
Please tell me that the two of us in a car is not in someone's fan fiction.
Not yet.
All right.
We're getting polls so far, so wait till what's the word I'm looking for? Slasher porn comes in.
We do not need slash fiction. No.
Slash fiction.
And thus Rule 34 was invoked.
Now that you've said that, I'll send you some links when I get back home.
Awesome. The fact that you know where they are.
No, I don't. I'm just kidding.
Stop writing those.
Hey, they're gonna go somewhere someday.
It's like either my movie reviews or my slash fiction of me and Wes. Mwaha!
You said you and soon me and you. It's you and Grant, dude.
Yeah, I'd read it. So anyways, ex-pirate fairy warrior Pan's mother starts out, we see her vault over an 8-foot fence around a park because apparently walking around it to get to the orphanage was too much work.
Yeah. And we never see her carry a basket or anything.
No,
so
we assume she's carrying the baby, but when it shows her finally driving off, she's putting the kid in like this half crate that's clearly designed to like hold a small child. It's angled when it's not a proper crate, and I'm like, is she carrying? I've heard of baby bump, but now the infant crate, you know, like
Baby Bump the sequel.
Exactly. But yes, like, she does this and puts the kid in it, but I'm just like, man, so you recently gave birth to this child and you're vaulting an 8-foot fence. That is a badass woman.
Really?
It is hard to swallow, but that is a badass woman.
I'm like, there's jokes I can make about that. I just don't feel right saying any of them.
They're not to be made. But it's worth noting that it was there.
Yeah.
There's a number of shots like this throughout the film that I'm like, why did that need to be added?
Yeah. That kind of feels like this whole movie.
Okay, so Peter gets abducted from the orphanage.
Do we want to talk about the weird, crazy nun first?
There's some weird, crazy nuns going on here.
Like, one of them looks like, I swear, like, if that professor, like, what's it, that Harry Potter woman? The evil one?
Umbridge?
Umbridge, yeah. Like, if Umbridge was made even more obviously evil, it would be this woman.
Yeah.
Because she leads this orphanage, it looks like came straight out Oliver Twist. To the point where I was literally expecting them to sing food, glorious food at one point, because they literally have like porridge at one point. And this movie's just fucking weird. There's a whole subplot about how the lead nun is hoarding food and stuff because they're rationing stuff.
She was down there, this chest full of gold coins. We see no evidence about the stuff going on yet. And they're like, oh, there's this chest of gold coins. And one of the kids starts pocketing handfuls of gold coins. Kudos to the kid for thinking to do that.
Right.
But at the same time, I'm like, what the hell is going on? So sure enough, kids are getting taken from the orphanage. Apparently she's selling them to sky pirates.
How she made that deal, I will never know. Like, how did that deal get broke down?
Blackbeard's like, we need more miners. How shall we do it? I know, contact a nun.
We need miners to become miners. Anyway.
Exactly.
Now he probably even yelled it at her. We need miners! Anyway, I should not yell that with open windows.
I need an adult.
Oh my god.
Wow. Alright,
so they go to Neverland.
Yeah, so they wind up in this ship that's flying through the air, followed by an obligatory, albeit somewhat awesome but going on for way too long scene of them being pursued by World War II British flyer planes.
Like, it's one of those things you never think you need or want but until you see it and you're kind of going,
It was a lot of fun, but there were parts to it that I'm like, wait a second here. The fact that air control, which is distributing orders and whatnot, has this map that has like all the different planes on it, and they pull out and they put one, like it describes, it looks like a pirate ship,
and they just
immediately have a pirate ship icon putting down on their map, and I'm like, ooh,
it's like,
my word, crafty these women are.
It's like, Gabby, what are you doing with that? And we're never gonna use that, just you fucking wait. That same day, you all laughed at me. You're all laughed at me. Who's laughing now? Pirate ship, motherfucker. We're playing Risk now.
Yes.
So I'm like, hey, I'll give this kid credit. This is his first major role. He did fine. I mean, it wasn't great, but he did fine.
Peter acted just fine. James Hook was a fairly entertaining, if poorly written.
James Hook was weird.
Well, and I don't know. I'm really having a hard time figuring out where to place the blame on this one. Because there's a number of lines that James Hook says that are awesome lines. I don't know if it's the way the camera shot them, the way the movie timed them from pacing, or his delivery or whatnot, but I'm just like, man, that's not a bad line, but the delivery of that line could have been so much better.
Because it's... The big problem with this movie, aside from, the movie, is the fact that none of these characters feel anything remotely close to the characters you know from the original story.
It's true.
Like, Peter Pan in this movie is nothing like the Peter Pan from the original movie. Like, even like towards the very end, he's a bit more Peter Pan-esque. He still takes things way too seriously.
For the kid who never grows up, he's gonna need to grow into this role.
I see what you did there. Like, Captain Hook here, they're trying to play him off like a Harrison Ford-esque kind of character, which is kind of weird.
They did.
Especially when he's doing an accent like this for the entire movie. And I don't quite know what it is, but it's kind of distracting.
It's like an impression of someone, and I couldn't place who.
Well, tarnations, I'm gonna get that done there, rabbit.
Right? Like, it's just like, oh my gosh, I don't know what you're doing, but I'm thoroughly entertained.
That's how I felt about Blackbeard.
But it doesn't make me feel like you're Captain Hook, you know?
No, God knows they foreshadowed it enough times.
Oh, of course.
When we first see him, he has a hook he's sharpening, and he's
my favorite character in the whole movie, my favorite, just amazing casting and acting and whatnot, I think Smee was magnificent.
Really? You think so? I mean, he had a couple funny lines. Blackbeard for me was like, love him. Every scene he's in.
Blackbeard was a fun character. Of the classics who we all know from the story of Peter Pan, I feel like Smee was Smee.
Yeah.
Like, he had this
of the
thing
bunch,
dialed in.
Of the bunch, I would say he's probably the most, fit to the role. But
prop design, costume design, whoever came up with his glasses.
Oh, yeah.
Those were great.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that. But I do want to talk about Blackbeard for a minute, because again, we have to talk about Hugh Jackman in this movie.
We have to, and he was a lot of fun.
I have this working theory that if you're in a bad movie and there's a villain in it, the villain has always been the actor that said, fuck it, I'm gonna do whatever the hell I want, and we're just gonna see what they let me get away with. That's Hugh Jackman in this movie.
Yeah.
It's like Gary Oldman in a movie he's a bad guy in. He will do the exact same thing. It's like, I'm gonna ham this up, you can't stop me, because I'm way too big of a name for you to fire me.
Well, and at the same time, it's like, they come to him with this, and who says no to Disney? Like, how do you say no to Disney?
But like
Disney's like, you ever want to work again? Every movie you're ever gonna be in, we're gonna buy that company.
Except Fox, apparently, so far.
Well, we'll see.
Basically, it's like he just goes from 0 to 100 and back to 0 in a heartbeat.
Oh my gosh,
more so
great.
than in Jupiter Ascending. Did you ever see Jupiter Ascending?
Yes.
So it's like, I create life, and I take it away. This one, I go, I don't have to bother me while I'm in my study room. Yes. Like that, like a snap of a finger. That's literally almost exactly the line in this movie.
Hey man, we can talk about the real problem, the effects it had on his home life to be huffing pixie dust.
But that
for
was
one, it made him way younger, but there was also so Hook's collecting pixie dust, which is apparently a mineral of crystal. Yeah, Blackbeard. Sorry.
Collects he's got all these miners looking for pixie dust because apparently he's killed all the pixies.
Yes.
For no reason really. He just feels like doing it. But he wants the pixie dust, so he mines for it because I guess it's in crystallized form now.
Yes.
And then he basically just goes and it makes him young again. Yes.
That's about right.
I'm comparing various to crack in this case.
I'm amazed at your experience with crack.
I've watched enough movies.
Michael is dedicated to understanding the world.
You know what's bad? When I put up the review for Batman vs. Dracula on YouTube, I actually got a comment that said, poor Michael, you're always the butt of the jokes, aren't you? See, people are starting to feel bad for me now because of you. Hope you're happy.
Hey man, I'm earning you that sympathy vote.
Right. But anyway, so through series of circumstances, because Peter Pan apparently goes, I will never kneel before Zod. Basically. He kind of looks like Zod now that I think about it.
In a weird piratey way.
He's like the pirate version of Zod. Kneel before Blackbeard.
We do not need to figure out the full extent of this analogy.
Like, oh shit, it kind of really does fucking work, doesn't it?
He flies.
He flies, he fights a savior.
His father was a magical pixie. Wait, no.
Well, he does die before he's born, or before he goes home.
Shortly after being born, his parents send him away from their world so that he can gain the power to return and save it.
Fucking Superman. Anywho, so like for some reasons or one reason or another, Peter Pan gets thrown into a prison, and Captain Hook is shortly thrown in after him for, I'm assuming, unrelated reasons. And then for some reason, they let Captain Hook bring in his hook and his detonator in the cell with him.
Well, he'd set a blasting cap on the opposite side of the rock wall, knowing which cell he'd wind up in.
Oh, that's what it was. Because, yeah, he had time for that, apparently.
Yeah.
This is after Peter Pan flies for the first time, and then Blackbeard, instead of just killing him, which would have been the sensible thing to do, tells me like, well, I'm gonna tell you now about this long prophecy that, unbeknownst to me, will set you on your path to eventually stopping me, just like the prophecy says. We literally have here a self-fulfilling prophecy. Because at any time I could have said, oh, you're the social one, stab, and that's it. We would have been over. But no. He lets him go, he puts him in a jail cell, he escapes, naturally. Yeah. And we spend the whole movie saying like, oh, but he doesn't believe in himself, so he can't fly yet. But when he finally flies, he'll be the savior you're all looking for. So you immediately know exactly what's going to happen in the story.
Well, and really, let's take a look at these, this flawed villain issue right here.
Yeah.
Because, you know, I was like, there's a prophecy that says a boy shall come from another world and kill me.
I'm going to kidnap boys from another world.
Jeeves, send the flying pirate ship. We're going to kidnap boys from other worlds and bring them here. Well, what if one of them is the one who's gonna kill you? No, that can't happen. I need pixie dust. This guy, his addiction is his downfall.
And you know what's the other weird thing I just realized? Peter Pan is the only kid we ever see mining anything.
And there are other kids that are digging, but yeah, none of them find anything, I guess.
Like, I mean, I don't think we actually ever see any other kids digging for things. Like, unless the child we see all the miners stuff, they're all adults.
So you're saying you want to see more child labor in movies?
Yes.
All right.
I'm kidding. No, don't hold that against me. I think we were joking around with Grant yesterday. Like the other day, I was like, this is why I can never run for politics. There's way too much online evidence against me.
Yeah, man, if Trump wins, you've got a shot.
Just seeing the newspaper, Michael endorses child labor. No.
Michael for sheriff. What?
Michael likes to dance around in Spider-Man costumes in his spare time.
Best sheriff ever.
I think that was a joke I made in the when we did the walk review. It was like, they don't need to even look at all the horrible jokes I made in this show. They just have to look at, I have one question for you. Is that your penis? Oh my god. Like, maybe.
Alright, so they arrive. They sing Nirvana.
Because, yeah.
He's mining, Peter's mining, he finds some of the pixie dust. Mm-hmm. And another guy takes it. Peter's accused of lying about finding it, because he's a dirty liar McLiarson.
Of course.
As children are, we all know.
Yeah. Actually, yeah, I can vouch for this.
Well, and I like that later on, Hook points out that he lied. Sometimes he does that. It's called being an adult. And I'm like, that is a great line right there.
I was like, yeah, it's kind of true. You and I kind of like just like went, yeah, all right, yeah, we've done it.
Say, show me a man who's never lied, and I'll show you a man who's probably unemployed.
Keep that in mind, I start looking for another job. Anywho, so
when they ask you if you know Photoshop, you say yes.
If you ask you have 3 years work experience, you say yes. And now it just turned into a Ghostbusters review. All right.
Exactly. It's October. What do you expect?
Fine. Oh yeah, I keep forgetting that.
So
shit, I'm turning 24 and nickel. Sorry. Anyway,
they go to throw Peter overboard, off the plane to plummet to his doom in the bottom of this mine. He's flying down, and then literally he's flying and floating and not falling down.
And then he falls down.
And then he realizes he's flying and stops flying and falls and hits the ground.
Yep.
Which I feel like any film ever that involves people learning to fly, it just is required that eventually they're gonna fall or they're gonna hit a building or something. Mm-hmm. Like there's no hope.
Yeah. It was like, oh, do you want to talk about the weird, like, I guess it's not kind of weird because this was the original story, kind of in the original story too. You want to talk about the American settler metaphor in this movie?
Oh, man.
I feel like we kind of have to.
Yeah.
Because they make it kind of obvious, because, like, when all the kids arrive, Blackbeard gets this big, huge speech, and he goes, "You're on the land of opportunity!" Like, in 3 sentences before he uses, "We need to get the savages out of our land."
Oh my gosh. Yeah, no, there's some serious allegory going on here.
Right before we find the only white Indian.
Right.
Native American.
We have, well, they're the natives. They're not Native American. And they definitely don't. So, of course, in the classic Disney...
Navi.
In the classic Disney, Peter Pan movie...
Wasn't exactly the most culturally...
The horribly racist concept of the natives. In this one, they take a lot more from South and Southeast Asian cultures.
Yeah.
Rather than Native American. But their princess is still a white girl.
Yep.
I was honestly terrified from what I'd seen in previews that the whole tribe was going to be white people. And I'm just like, this is going to be, oh God.
No, like,
here we go.
This is kind of a culturally diverse cast.
It is a far more diverse cast than I expected.
More than Maze Runner.
But when you oh yes, definitely more than Maze Runner. But when you realize that Peter's white, Hook's white, Blackbeard's white, Smee isn't. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
Tiger Lily's white. And so as a result, your main 2 protagonists are white men. Your main antagonist is a white man. And the romantic interest is a white girl. They do a lot to make their diversity not count.
Yeah, that's fair.
And so that's disappointing in my opinion.
No, I would agree with that.
But yeah, that being said, it wasn't nearly as disappointing as I thought it was going to be.
You know what was really disappointing to me? They didn't see What Makes a Red Man Red.
I am so glad they didn't sing that.
Me too. I'm just kidding. I'm not an asshole. Because like it was kind of a fun song when you're a kid. You listen to it and you go, how did Disney not get sued? How are they still not getting sued?
Right?
Because they have powerful lawyers.
Yes. They did this amazing thing that it was cool visually and really, really disturbing when you think about it.
Oh yeah, when like all the natives die, they turn to dust.
Yeah, the pirates attack, and every time they shoot or kill one of the natives, they explode in this like color bomb from like one of the color runs, or all of this taken from Indian culture, of course, their holy day with all the dyes. But like at first I'm like, oh, well, I guess that's a good way not to show much in the way of gore and blood and have bodies everywhere. But at the same time, if you consider like, okay, so when they die, they explode into clouds of various dyes. Well, now all of their extreme face paint that these natives have had throughout this is like they're painting their faces with the gore of their fallen allies.
Yeah.
And then as they're running around the jungle in the scene, you're noticing like areas that are just painted pink and painted blue, and it's like, if you realize that is the viscera of your fallen men, like, this just became a whole lot scarier with a little bit of thought.
But like the one that went down with me is like when Blackbeard inevitably finds him hiding in the natives' camp and, decimates the natives, because that's what settlers do.
Yes.
Yes, I made that joke. I burned hell. I'm not really burning hell. It's kind of accepted cultural
honestly, it's kind of, people who come and conquer lands really screw with the natives.
Yeah.
There's not many...
So this is actually
I can't think of any examples where that's not the case.
Yeah, so in this case, I'm actually in the right. Yay, that's a nice change of pace.
Congratulations. Savor this feeling.
I've been waiting for this day for 3 years. Anywho, but like, Peter Pan is hiding underneath the floorboards watching Blackbeard hold his like Tiger Lily, the chieftain, and Hook captive, asking where the Fairy Mountain Kingdom is, because it's apparently the natives know where they are, knows where it is, but Captain Hook doesn't, and he wants to find it because apparently fairy dust keeps him immortal, is what they're going with. So naturally the chieftain dies first because he's the old one with only like 3 lines, so of course he dies first.
Yep.
But then he turns into pixie dust, and like there's dust, and half the dust is covered on Peter Pan's face, which is like, oh shit. he's covered in the chieftain's blood.
Yep. No, it's seriously messed up. That being said, I thought it was a nifty callback to the classic Peter Pan story. That before the chieftain is shot, when Blackbeard threatens him, he looks at him and says, "Death would be a great adventure." And that's the classic line from Peter Pan and all. And so I'm like, that was cool. That's how Peter learns that line initially, and that would give it more weight and everything. And I'm like, that's actually kind of a cool way of doing it.
I mean, I did get really annoyed by all the callbacks in this movie. There are
some of them were.
Ton of them.
Of course there were.
But I mean, even then, like, to the point where it got distracting, especially at the very end, where they did so many winks to the original movie. It's like, fucking really?
Yeah.
Like even then there was, like, the one with Blackbeard talking to his first mate, No Name, where basically he just starts going, it's like, the boys are lost. What do you mean the boys are lost? They're like lost boys. Oh, right, lost boys. Okay, let's go find the lost boys.
Oh, man. So, yeah, no, they do things like this. And that is challenging.
At the very end, you have, like, Peter, like, at the end of the movie, spoiler, Peter Pan learns how to fly. He controls all the pixie by basically doing a Hadouken at like all the bad guys at the very end of the movie.
My gosh, that is not how I interpreted that.
That's all I could think of, because like at the end he's basically just like the holy warrior. He's in this fairy cave and all the fairies are circling around him. He's sitting there like,
he just points and says, "Go!"
all
and the fairies like, "Watch out and destroy, throw pirates overboard and everything." And I'm just sitting here going, and now we have Damien Pan.
See, I just heard Hadouken as he like launches fairies at people.
They're hurling pirates overboard. This is for you. Like, I saw something like, okay, the Pixies have made this their demon child. You know.
You know what I want to do now? Now you've said that, I want to get this movie on DVD when it comes out, and I want to replace that scene with the scene from The Omen. with the music from The Omen, just so it's like Milo, Milo, right?
Da,
da, da, da, da. That's like pirates go fly everywhere.
Missed opportunity.
At the very end, we have Blackbeard falling into the pits and it says hello, which is a weird last line.
And it really is.
That is like da, 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 da. You know, it kind of fucking works. Yep. It's like when I reviewed The Winter's Tale, I did that scene with a little girl talking, and I replaced it with a scene with The Omen, and it worked perfectly.
Exactly. So, yeah, no, it's...
You can replace any scene with the music from The Omen, make everything fantastically horrific.
The film is visually stunning. The side cast is far more diverse than I expected.
It's still not a good movie, though. Let's be honest.
No. This is
really not.
This movie is going to sit like squarely in the middle ground for me. It is nowhere near the worst movie I've seen this year.
No. Strange Magic was a lot worse.
And it's definitely not gonna come close to the top 10 movies I see this year.
No.
Like, it's not a bad movie. It's not.
I would still call it a bad movie for me.
It's not a great movie, but
I would say I was entertained, but mostly because of the hamminess. Like, if I ever look at this from like a story standpoint, the story's kind of a mess. The writing's crap. It's completely unnecessary. None of the characters are like anything we've ever seen them like before. Like, the only reason I enjoy this movie is because, like, Hook, I enjoyed Hook and Blackbeard.
The visual effects were great.
Some of the visuals were cool, but
they downplayed the crocodile a lot more than I expected.
Yeah, they still foreshadowed the shit out of that, too.
Of course they foreshadowed the shit out of it, and you have to. But, and I just... It didn't even have the crocodile, but I loved it as the foreshadowing. When the blast cap is in the jail cell, Peter is forcing Hook to negotiate, and he goes, tick, talk.
I was like,
and you see Hook get nervous about it. And of course, he's getting nervous because he wants the kid who's going to fly him out of there to, not die. But I was just like, I thought that was well done.
Yeah, I mean, there's some, like, I don't know, to me, it's like, I find that kind of stuff kind of distracting for me a little bit. 1 or 2 is fine, but, like, once you get to around the 5 or 6 mark, it's like, maybe you guys should tone it down a little bit.
Yeah, no, I feel like they had great callbacks. They had like a dozen great callbacks, and then they had 2 dozen more that just were not necessary.
No. Again, like, especially towards the end, where they're on the pirate ship at the very end, after Peter goes back and, like, saves all the children from the orphanage, because this isn't kidnapping, apparently.
No,
it's not kidnapping. They're coming willingly this time. Even though if you look at the original myth of Peter Pan, it gets a lot more disturbing.
Yes.
But then, He goes back over the ship with Captain Hook's on the ship now, and there's like, we'll be friends forever, won't we, Hook? He goes, oh, we sure will, Peter, we sure will. What could possibly go wrong? Or followed by like,
the kid's like, is he a pirate? No,
not yet anyway, or something like
exactly.
that.
Oh my gosh.
So many things like that. It's like, oh my god.
The neon Jolly Roger sign on the back of the ship at the very end of the movie.
How'd they even get that to work?
I don't know how they got it. It wasn't necessary, but I loved it. I thought it was great. It was Jolly Roger. The O blinks a bit. Like, it's just like, you know, it's...
I don't know. Like, it's one of those movies. It is what it's not a good movie. Like, it's... When you look at structure, look at it like from a writing standpoint or character standpoint, it's a pretty bad movie. That being said, I still found parts that were entertaining. That I will say for it. Like, it's a bad movie, but it's an entertaining bad movie.
If the DVD, when the DVD and Blu-ray comes out, if some friends who haven't seen it are like, hey, we're gonna watch this, I'm gonna grab some beer and I'll watch it again.
I mean, it's no Saving Christmas. But
no, it is definitely not Kirk Cameron Saving Christmas.
Which we gotta watch that again this year.
Why?
Because it's amazing.
Oh man. Isn't there some other hyper-religious Christmas film coming out?
I'm sure there is. I mean,
let's just go see that.
Do you want to be our official religious guy? Because we got enough requests to review those movies.
Yeah, I can do that.
Seriously?
Yeah, let's bring like... Can we bring Muha along for one of them?
Oh, Muha would kill me if I dragged him to see a religious movie. I almost died just taking him a transporter and refueled, all right? And he got so fucking mad at me for that. Even though I was like, you know, we could see a different movie. Like, no, let's just go see Front Transporter refueled. And then walks out of it, fuck you.
Yeah. Yeah, no, we can tackle the religious films. That's fine. If you guys want to see the religious films get reviewed, mention it in the comments.
Oh, we've gotten plenty of comments.
All right.
We already have. I know, like, the one fan we have on here who comments all the time is going to be thrilled to hear you say that.
All right, cool.
All right, just remember, you asked for this.
Hey, it happens.
Okay, so, I mean, I don't really...
It's not Legend of Oz. Or Haunted House 2.
It might be just as bad. We've already missed some doozies this year. I mean, I took Grant to go see one, Do You Believe, this year, and that was a fun review. There's obviously a horror movie is going to make my top 10 list, top 10 worst list, but at the same time, watching Grant get that miserable over a movie was kind of a new experience for me. I
was disappointed to miss The Martian with you guys.
Martian was a good one.
I still need to go see that.
Well, you're busy as all hell right now.
I really am. It's...
So it's like, until things settle down with your stuff, I understand that you gotta take your time.
Yep.
We need you back, man. I mean, it's picking up steam.
Well, we will need to check that out sometime soonish. Yeah, I'll look into things.
Yep. So. All right. So do you have anything else? Do you have anything else to say about Pam?
No, I think we've covered it.
All right, so let's talk about trailers a little bit then.
Sorry.
What are you laughing
Now I really want to see a Saturday Live parody of Pan with Pam.
Pam, damn it!
The boy who doesn't stick to pans.
So you missed a couple. We walked in the second trailer, but I got another trailer for the road ship.
The road ship.
Alvin and the Chipmunks 4.
Oh, the road ship. Okay. I heard ship, not chip.
You get it because it's ship, like chipmunks instead of trip.
Well, here's hoping. Alvin and the Chipmunks in Roadkill. I mean...
I wish. God, I would love to see that movie. That'd be a good way to end the series once and for all. Movie ends like... Simon!
He dropped his glasses. He didn't see it coming.
The movie ends with what's his name holding Alvin's crippled body in his hands. Alvin.
Oh, that is dark.
I should write a screenplay.
Do it.
But I don't know. I don't know if you heard about this. Me and Patrick have a bet going on to see if he gets to go see this movie or not.
Oh my god.
Because when I said, I put it on Facebook a while back, it's like, okay, we have this movie coming out on Christmas. I need someone to go see it. Patrick immediately responds, yes. To which I respond, no. Because no. Understand this, Patrick. I almost killed you on 3 separate occasions right now. I cannot guarantee your safety if you go see Road Chip. But he kept insisting, He's like, okay, so if he can get 650 likes on the Facebook page and get me a donut, you can go see it. So far, he hasn't gotten...
It's an impressive wager.
He's gotten 0 so far, and he's got like a month to go. So I'm kind of like, are you even trying? Or are you like gonna buy them all? I told him he can't buy any. That's cheating.
He's gonna go create 649 false Facebook profiles.
That'd be impressive. You know what? I probably would give him that. If he actually went through that trouble, it's like, goddamn, yeah, okay, impressive, sure.
They're all Pat Griffith with just extra T's added. This one is Pat with 140 T's. It's Pat. It's him as a machine gun.
Alright,
next preview.
So we got Daddy's Home is another one I've gotten a lot.
Yes.
That's the Will Ferrell, Mark Wahlberg movie.
You know, I feel like it's gonna sit right there with Pan.
Probably.
It's not gonna
be a little better than Pan.
I was thinking a little worse. We will see.
I don't know. I mean, I like Mark Wahlberg. I don't like Will Ferrell, but I like Mark Wahlberg.
I like Will Ferrell when he's not playing Will Ferrell.
Yeah.
So,
like, it's a weird thing I've noticed with actors. It's like, I noticed especially when I saw Hotel Transylvania 2, actors I usually don't like often do fairly fine voice work. Because they actually give a shit.
I gotta go see that one too.
It's not a great movie, but it's okay. It's okay. It's cute.
Is it from the same creator who made the first one, or is it just rebranding the same?
It's the same creators.
Okay.
Same voice cast, as far as I know.
As long as it's the same creators, 'cause that's the same mind that brought us Samurai Jack and Powerpuff Girls.
Yeah, I mean the animation's great. I'll say that.
Like,
much,
from the people who brought me my childhood.
Yeah, I mean the story is kind of so-so, but like,
okay.
and it has an unnecessary climax, but that's.
Well, that's all right.
You can watch the review for that one.
Yeah.
Speaking of movies, I do want to go see though. We saw the Good Dinosaur trailer.
Oh my
This is the new trailer for this one, and oh my god, I'm still not sold on the main character, but the animation is absolutely gorgeous.
Well, and this definitely gives us a better look into what it's gonna be.
Mm-hmm.
I'm excited for it. I think it's going to be really, really good. And you can tell that Disney helped make it because in the new trailer, they kill the father in the first 5 seconds.
Yeah. At least in the trailer they do.
Yes.
I know it has Sam Elliott playing a T-Rex who's a cattle rancher.
Yes.
That's amazing. And they talk like cowboys. It's great.
I never knew I needed T-Rexes for sustainable living until now.
Right.
But I totally needed it.
Yep. Evolved T-Rexes that talk around campfires and herd cattle who try to get raptors who are trying to hurt their cattle. Like,
right.
I don't know. They're not actual cattle. I don't know what kind of dinosaur they are. It's like Stegosaurus or something like that. Either
I
way,
don't remember. But
it looks like a lot of fun, and it looks cute. Like even then, like there's part of me still has my skepticals on, where I'm just kind of like, okay, I don't really know where this is going. I'm always kind of skeptical with little kid starring actors, but okay, it looks kind of good. Then that moment at the end of the trailer when the little like dog kid puts his head sadly on the dinosaur's arm, is like, oh fuck. Okay, now I have to go see this movie.
We're dog people. This movie's gonna be great.
It's like, I mean, Pixar's done so far so far this movie. Inside Out is like easily one of, if not the best movie of the year.
Yeah, no, it's way up there.
I mean, it's like, and that movie damn near brought me to tears both times I saw it. So,
Who's your friend who likes to play?
that's not the part that got me, actually.
Oh my gosh.
Like, that part got me, but...
When Bing Bong dies.
Spoiler. That movie's still in some fucking theaters.
I don't care. It's out on DVD, I think, next week.
Yeah, it's like November 1st it comes out on DVD. But no, the part that got me is the end when she comes home after running away. That's the part that gets me every fucking time.
Nice.
Like, what's the part? I think I saw a tweet from Anna Kendrick. It's just like, damn it, Pixar, can you ramp up music a little bit on the sad moments so a woman can sniffle in some privacy? Bitch needs to cry in peace over here. Alright. Then we go from what looks like one of the better anime movies of the year to easily the worst of next year. Norm of the North.
Oh my god, does this movie look bad? Oh.
We got this trailer when we saw last week. It was like, oh my god.
Oh god, those lemmings.
Like this looks like fucking Food Fight quality.
Yeah,
animation.
no, it is. It's years behind the times on quality of animation. It's got these lemming characters that are trying to be like the combination of the penguins from Madagascar and the freaking lemurs from Madagascar. Mm-hmm. And I don't think it's going to do either one well.
No. It looks so absurdly bad.
Yeah.
And we're gonna have to go see it.
Yeah.
Because, goddamn, we already saw Strange Magic.
Yep.
How much worse could it possibly get? You know,
it's all right, man. We'll go catch it, you know?
Yeah.
Hashtag Michael Fish Slap. But yeah, you know.
Michael Fish Slap?
Oh, just wait. It's happening this year at some point.
What do you have planned exactly?
Oh, I warned everyone back in January. It's coming. I'm glad to be back doing movies with you, man.
Okay, I'm not sure I like where this is going. And, by the way, guys, if you help us get to 350 on the Patreon, I'm gonna make this guy watch Music Meister. I want to throw that back out there.
Why?
You agreed to it.
I know.
I'm working on it.
All right. All right.
All right. So No More Than More looks god awful. Like some of the worst lip syncing and ADR for a movie in a long fucking time, and I don't usually notice that shit. Yeah. So when I'm noticing it, you have a problem.
Yeah. All right. What's after that?
The Secret Life of Pets.
I don't even know what to make of this movie.
Is this the first time seeing this trailer?
I've seen the trailer before.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna see it.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it would make an amazing short film.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know how they're gonna make an hour and a half out of this thing.
I feel like this is the short film, and the actual one's gonna have a bit more structure to it. Because this is just a teaser trailer. So
Yeah,
we don't
exactly.
really know what it's gonna
It's
have.
true, exactly. So it's like we have no concept of plot just yet.
Mm.
That being said, it's an amazingly fun trailer,
Mm-hmm.
and the animation in it all is good enough that I'm gonna see it. You know,
It's like I'm still not quite sold on this animation studio yet.
Okay.
Because I always thought Despicable Me 1 and 2 was okay.
I loved
Minions
the
was
first one. The
bleh.
second one was okay. I haven't seen Minions. That's what I've heard.
So I don't know. That's one of the things. We'll wait and see. And then we got, speaking of train wrecks, Gem and the Holograms. Best childhood cartoon remake ever.
Yeah.
Like let's make this into a teen pop movie. Granted,
I have hope.
if you made it based on the source material, probably wouldn't be much better.
I have hope for it. I'm losing hope, but I have hope because, don't get me wrong, all of these band-focused cartoons from the 70s, 80s, and 90s, they're not designed for live-action films.
Nope.
But when we got Josie and the Pussycats a number of years ago, have you seen that?
I've not.
You need to see that.
Is it good?
Oh my god, it is the greatest train wreck ever.
Oh, awesome. Now I really want to see it.
Like, oh my god. So, you're... Alright, you haven't seen Josie and the Pussycats. You've seen Wayne's World?
I've never actually seen Wayne World.
Okay, so Wayne's World has a classic, product placement scene. Where they talk about, oh man, we wouldn't sell out. That would just be wrong. And then they cut back and forth to, a bunch of different, them wearing all Reeboks gear, and then them wearing all Pepsi gear. And then, in 90 seconds, they go through, a dozen sponsors just dressed to the nines saying the mottos.
Didn't they do that with Space Jam?
I think they reference it in Space Jam, yeah. But so... Josie and the Pussycats is basically an hour and a half of that.
Oh, nice.
It's the most amazing, it's self-aware product placement movie I've ever seen.
Nice.
And the music's actually a lot of fun. So,
I do kind of want to see this movie now.
My big concern on Gem is, one, whether or not it's self-aware, and two, whether or not the music is any good.
From what they play in the trailer, it sounds like every other popular pop song out there.
It kind of does sound a lot like regular pop songs and whatnot. I'm like, man, Gem's got to be truly, truly, truly outrageous.
That was one of the ones I grew up with, and I watched Boomerang religiously as a kid.
Yeah.
I never even heard of this until I saw the trailer for the movie.
Really?
Yeah.
All right.
Although, if you told me about the Godzilla 60s animated cartoon, I could tell you the shit about that one. Gazuki! Oh!
My older sister was a die-hard Gem fan.
Really?
So, yep.
Okay, so this is...
She was really into Gem and Rainbow Bright, and years and years later when we found out that she was a lesbian, I don't know how any of us were surprised. It's her childhood was covered in rainbows.
She said it. I'm not fucking touching this, no.
She's amazing.
Don't you mean she's amazing?
Hashtag Michael Fish Slap.
So, do you watch Last Week Tonight with John Oliver?
I do not.
There's this one joke he had on there about he plays a clip of a salmon cannon. And he goes, like, this is the greatest invention we've ever had in the history of America. So we've made our own, and we're gonna test it out. And they start launching salmon, and it pops to like a random celebrity, like Jon Stewart or Stephen Colbert, and they just get randomly, boom, like hit with a face of salmon. Like in a soap opera, they go, "You left me, Cheryl." Let me dramatic pause. Go look up last week night salmon cannon.
I will need to go check this out. All right.
So I think we said all we had to say about Pan. So
that's all the previews.
Yeah. So
thanks for watching.
Yep. So later this week we got Goosebumps. I'm seeing tomorrow.
Oh man, you enjoy that.
And then I got Bridge of Spies. I gotta go check out Steven Spielberg movie. And there's one more I'm forgetting.
Came out last week or this week?
It came out technically last Friday.
Okay. I know this Friday we get the latest Vin Diesel, The Last Witch Hunter.
Yes!
And you need to let me know when you're seeing that. I want to be here for the review.
Okay, Muha wants that one too, so that'd be great.
We could finally put me and Muha in the same car.
All right, just do me a favor, just tell me what your schedule is. I'll try to see if I can work around it.
Definitely. We'll talk about it.
Because the ones I got, Steve Jobs finally gets a wide release next week.
Oh, that's right,
yes. Crimson Peak, that's the one I gotta go see.
I've heard interesting things.
I'm gonna see if I can get Talk Amorous and go and see that one.
Do it.
So, it's all we got for this week.
All right, guys.
Thanks for coming, Wes. Good to see you. Let me know, we gotta record more DC animated antics.
We will do so.
We gotta come back from our mid-season break. That's what I'm calling it. That's the way it's okay that we
that's adorable. All right.
Hey, they're getting popular. They want to put
We're
up
gonna
on
make it happen. All right.
Just the Batman vs. Dracula review I put up on YouTube, where he's like 75 views. So
hey,
yeah, so pretty respectable.
Nice.
Yeah. So thank you guys for watching. See you all tomorrow, I guess. All right.
Yes.
Bye.